I've heard about some of his works.
听说过 Kongzi is a philosopher who developed Confucianism, which is a concept of a complex school of thought, which was developed in the autumn-spring period.
I'm familiar with the name, especially when I was starting to learn Chinese. At my high school, we had a Confucius classroom, and I think that's the first time I made the connection between Chinese and Confucius. And from then, since I started my studies, I realized he was a very influential thinker from ancient China.
I have heard of Confucius. I know that he is a famous Chinese historian, and I know a little bit about his philosophy.
I have heard of Confucius. He was a man who lived many hundreds of years ago in China, and his philosophies for how to live a good life and how to build a good society have been foundational for many cultures all over Asia.
Confucius believed that you must treat others the way that you would want to be treated. I think it's important that we view others the same as us. We must view them, accept their differences and accept our own differences so that we can live harmoniously.
We have so many different cultures, but I think that many of the cultures have intersection points with Confucian ideas. I was thinking about Confucius and the concept of benevolence because I think it probably relates to a South African concept known as Ubuntu, meaning like you are a human being through other human beings. And also it means that you need to care for others and understand that you are always part of a community. Yeah, I think that's become a very important part of our culture and part of our education system.
In order for us to strive as a society, we need to learn to work together, to cooperate, become one. And this is something that throughout the ages, and I will give an example. So, I was raised in a village, not in the city, in a village. In a village, we are taught that it doesn't matter whom you meet, your social life, your whatever. You see a human being, you see an equal. We must treat each other with love, with respect, and with kindness.
I'd have to say the virtue of benevolence. It reminds me of Ubuntu. Ubuntu is the concept of I am because we are. It emphasizes the importance of community and how one can only survive and succeed based on the community support. Our Department of Basic Education echoes this. They have a vision of lifelong learning and access for all.
The philosophy of education in Confucianism, I would say it's education for all. There's no restrictions in education. So the South Africa education system, it's the same as Confucianism, education for all. It doesn't matter which race you are.
I think education for all is very important. I think everyone should have the opportunity to be offered an education, an equal opportunity to education. Here in South Africa, we do struggle with these issues of inequality, and people may have the opportunity, but they don't have the access to resources or transport or things like that that allow them to get this education that they deserve.
There was a big effort to try and make sure that education is accessible for everybody and that everybody, no matter their background or their wealth or their culture or their race, has access to a good education.